$70 million for a car, not a mansion, not a private island, a single car. In 2018, David McNeil, founder of WeatherTech, paid over $70 million for a 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO. It's now the most expensive car ever sold. Today, I'm showing you why this Ferrari is worth more than a skyscraper. What you're about to see will shock you. Let's start with the basics. The Ferrari 250 GTO was produced from 1962 to 1964. Only 36 were ever made. 36! That's it! Why so few? Because this car was built for one purpose: racing. It was designed to compete in the FIA's Group 3 Grand Touring category. Ferrari didn't mass produce it, they hand-built each one. And here's the crazy part. Back in the 1960s, if you wanted to buy a 250 GTO, you needed personal approval from Enzo Ferrari himself. You couldn't just walk in with cash. Enzo chose who got to own his masterpiece. When new, the car cost $18,000. $18,000! Today, $70 million. That's a 388,000% return on investment. But it's not just about rarity. This car dominated racing. The 250 GTOs won over 300 races combined during their era. They beat Jaguars, Aston Martins, and Shelby Cobras. They were unstoppable. And the design? Timeless. The aerodynamic bodywork was tested in wind tunnels at Pisa University. The long, low nose and distinctive air intakes weren't just for looks, they made the car faster. Now let's talk about the car that broke all records, Chassis 4153 GT, a 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO that sold for $70 million in 2018. Who bought it? David McNeil, the founder and CEO of WeatherTech. Yes, the company that makes car floor mats. He turned floor mats into a billion-dollar empire, then spent $70 million on a Ferrari. But why this car specifically? Because it has an incredible racing history. It won first overall at the 1964 Tour de France with drivers Lucien Bianchi and Georges Berger. It also competed at Le Mans. This wasn't a garage queen. This car was a champion. And here's what makes it even more valuable: it never crashed. Despite its extensive racing career, the car remained in pristine condition and has been meticulously maintained. The sale was private, no auction, no public bidding, just a direct sale between the German seller and McNeil. Some reports suggest the price could have been as high as $80 million. Ferrari historian Marcel Massini predicts that a 250 GTO will sell for $100 million within the next few years. When that happens, a car will officially enter the same value territory as the world's most expensive artworks. So what makes a 60-year-old car worth $70 million? Three things: rarity, history, and status. First, rarity. Only 36 were made, and not all 36 still exist. Some were crashed in races, some were totaled. The survivors? They're priceless. In fact, an Italian court ruled in 2012 that the Ferrari 250 GTO is legally considered a work of art. It's now illegal to replicate or reproduce it. This car isn't just a vehicle, it's art. Second, history. These cars weren't just fast, they were legendary. They defined an era when Ferrari established its reputation as the king of racing. Every GTO has a story: races won, drivers who piloted it, moments in motorsport history. Third, status. Owning a 250 GTO gets you into the most exclusive club on Earth. There's a by-invitation-only 250 GTO tour held in chic locations across Europe. Only owners can attend. It's a secret society that includes people like Ralph Lauren, Pink Floyd drummer Nick Mason, and British billionaire Lord Anthony Bamford. Lord Bamford is the only person in history to own two 250 GTOs. Imagine being so rich you own two of the world's most expensive cars. And here's the investment angle. In the 1970s, these cars sold for just a few $1,000s. Prices rose dramatically in the 1980s, crashed in the 1990s to around $2.5 million, then skyrocketed again in the 2000s. Greg Whitten, a former Microsoft executive, bought his GTO in 2000 for less than $5 million. He sold it at auction in 2018 for $48.4 million. That's nearly a 10x return in 18 years. Let's talk about what's under the hood and inside. The Ferrari 250 GTO has a 3.0-liter V12 engine with a single overhead cam and 6 Weber carburetors. It produces about 300 horsepower. That doesn't sound like much today, but remember, this car weighs only 1,985 pounds. The top speed? About 175 miles per hour. In the 1960s, that was rocket ship fast. And the sound? V12 engines are legendary for their scream. Owners describe it as one of the greatest automotive sounds ever made. The interior? Minimalist. No speedometer, cloth seats, no carpeting, and no headliner. It's pure racing. Cockpit ventilation comes from exterior air intakes. Everything is designed to be lightweight and functional. One iconic feature is the exposed metal shiftgate. It became a Ferrari tradition that lasted in production cars until the 2000s, when paddle shifters took over. Current owners say the car isn't just about speed, it's about the feel, the handling, the connection between driver and machine. One owner, Chip Connor, said there's just something about it. The sound, the feel, the handling, it's unique. And get this, some owners have raced their 250 GTOs over 200 times at tracks around the world. These aren't museum pieces locked away. They're driven, enjoyed, and celebrated.